Welcome to your voice workout with me, Andrea Zoya, public speaking and communications coach. Now, if you are about to go on stage or record a podcast or need to do more videos for social media to build your personal brand, one area where you need to focus your attention and you need to invest more time is in activating your body, your voice, your breath, in order for you to best transmit your sound. We all want to be more influential, more charismatic, more confident, more magnetic, and we spend a lot of time on our content. We prepare, we memorize, we work with AI, we strategize, we have conversations, and then we record or we go on stage and we speak. But not too many people focus on strengthening their voice in order for them to project more power, more authority, and ultimately more confidence. So I want to take you through practices, exercises that I have acquired in the last 15 years from singers, from actors, from my time doing the theater, from the time I have been presenting. And these are general practices that will allow you to have more power in the way you speak, have better control, a better grip on what you are transmitting, and ultimately, it will increase your awareness on how you are impacting the person receiving your message. So first things first, your voice lives in your body. So before we speak, we want to ask ourselves, what does it mean that I speak with my body? And what can I do in order to maximize the way I speak? Well, to start with, if you are human, you're stressed. And we drive, we are in traffic, we have conflicts, we process information, and everything gets stored in the body. So now when I want to speak, in order for me to have more projection, more volume, a better quality of the voice, I need to have my muscles, my body relaxed. So I do that by stretching, by shaking the body, in order for us to make more space inside our fascia, inside our muscles, inside our body. When the body is expanded, your voice, meaning your diaphragm and your vocal cords, have more space. It makes perfect sense, right? When we are stressed, we are hunched and contracted, and therefore the organs, the lungs, the diaphragm is contracted, or you might be sounding like this. So we want to do the opposite. So first stop in your vocal warm-up is the body. We want to start to shake our hands like this, right? You can do it hard, you can do it slow, however you want. You want then to start to play with your hands just like children. This is a fantastic relaxing exercise for both women and gentlemen and men. All right, do this like 10 times. Now we want to start to roll our shoulders. There's a lot of tension on our shoulders. Actually, in every part of our body there is tension. Okay, and front. And no, this is not your gymnastics class. This is your vocal warm-up, preparing yourself to speak better. Okay, now, the neck that is always down on the phone, on the computer. Let's roll our head together. The last part in preparing the body is a little bit of shaking. So jump, jump, jump. Another thing I like to do is stomp my feet. So stomp your feet on the floor. This will also ground you and get you in touch with your body all together. stamp your feet, as if you are marching somewhere. And the last part of preparing the voice through the body is shaking the body and allowing yourself to create any sound. Yeah, you are opening your body by allowing whatever stress has been accumulating to go out in form of a random type of sound. So actually even shaking is even better, I remember now, because there are so many exercises. Okay, so and there is no shame in doing that, okay? It's just a way to release. One more time. When you allow yourself to open the channel, to shake and to let the sound go out, is a form of openness. And when you have that form of openness, this mindset of openness during a warm-up, imagine what will happen when you will be speaking. Great. So that's the body. Let's move into the breath, because breath is what sustains your vocal cords and your sound. If the body is your car, your breath is the fuel. Yeah, so we want to have a full tank before we start any recording. So we all know, again, when we are stressed, when we are running, when we are in fight and flight, we breathe from our chest. But singers, actors, performers, leaders and speakers that we admire have power in their voice because they have breath. So we want to breathe from our diaphragm. Now, most people forgot to breathe from the diaphragm, so this might be like a foreign concept for them. Another way in which you can connect with your diaphragmatic breathing is by exhaling and making the sound S. So we're going to inhale together. And now exhale. You want to reach to a place where you don't have more air, and now observe how naturally the diaphragm will inflate. So the movement of the diaphragm as a balloon will allow you to have this mental connection with your body. Once this connection is reestablished, you will always more present. You will always be aware of how much air you have in your body, because when I speak, I'm always intuitively aware of the movement of my diaphragm, and in that way I can pace myself. I pause, so I can take air, and then I continue speaking, because we are speaking on the out breath. Yeah? Imagine, let's do this experiment. Let's exhale. Now, if I want to tell you something, from where I will tell you, this is how I sound. So if you feel that your voice is a bit weak, if you feel that you cannot sustain your train of thought or ideas, the starting point, as boring as it sounds, is the breath. It's essential, it's elementary, and it's something that I invite you to improve. So you want to start to do 20 or 30 of this type of breaths. You want to start to do more cardio, run, anything that brings your heart rate up, that allows you to use your lungs and your diaphragm, will naturally strengthen your diaphragm. If you can, take special breathing exercises or do special yoga that will engage the diaphragmatic breathing. In that way, you are assuring yourself that you are fully awakening your engine. The diaphragm is the engine. Right. So now that you will work on that, there are a few other exercises that I love to do in order for me to either have a more controlled breath and state, because state is controlled by the breath, or a more energized state. So the box breathing 4-4-4 is something that I do almost every day. I love it. So we start to inhale to 4. We hold for 4. We exhale for 4. And again, we hold for 4. And when you are holding, I want you to tense your abdomen. So these small stimulations of tension and relaxation are actually stimulating your vagus nerve, right? There is a vagus nerve connected from the gut area all the way to the organs and to the brain. When I'm pressing on the vagus nerve with this type of movements, I'm telling my entire being that now it's time to relax. You can look it up and read more about the vagus nerve. I don't want to go too deep into that now. So let's continue doing 5 more breaths, the box breathing. Let's do it together. So we inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale. Hold. All right. Now, that's a great exercise to do in the morning before a meeting. If you do 20 or 30 of this, is good enough. Ideally, 7 to 10 minutes is best. Now, but what if you want more energy? What if you want to rev the engine? Then you do this other exercise. We have our hands up in the air. And now we're going to blow air out with a bit more force, and we are going to hit our body in this way. So we inhale. In yoga, they call this fire breath. So basically, you're exhaling through your nose a bit more forcefully. And I forgot to say, we take a deep, big inhale. And we continue. Take a deep breath. Whew, my hands are hurting, and I hope yours are too. Okay, shall we do it twice more? Let's do it. Or at least once more. Okay. Inhale. Okay, I need to breathe more because I'm getting tired easily. But now for those of you who have strong diaphragm and strong lungs, there's another level of this exercise that will give you even more energy and will activate all the power centers, the diaphragm, the chest, the vocal cords. We are going to do the same exercise, but we are going to add sound. We are going to add the sound ha. But you're gonna say ha as if you are cutting wood, like ha! You know? I want you to really project your voice. So play. No one is there to hear you. So play. So let's go. Inhale. Ha! Yeah? And we continue. Ha! 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 And if you want, you go faster as well. It's fun. It's energizing, for sure. So inhale. That's it, till here. I have to preserve my voice for more exercises that I want to share with you. All right. Whew. What's after that? Breath, 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 breath. Whew. Who said that speaking is easy? Speaking is a full body sport. You need your body movement relaxed, expanded. You need breath, the fuel. And now we need to understand what we can do with our sound. In order for us to better model, shape our sound, we need to start to use our vocal cords. So for the voice, moving into the voice after the body and the breath, and keeping it simple, yeah, because you want some simple exercises that will simply give you more stamina and more power in your vocal cords and in your voice altogether. Let's start by the face muscles and then the vocal cords. Cool. 3, 2, 1. So with the voice, we are going to focus on the voice in a systematic way. First, we are going to warm up all the face muscles in order for us to have more space and elasticity to form the sound that makes you, you. We start by working on the jaw. So simply open your jaw and make more space, like this. Maybe you're hungry. Maybe you are at the dentist. Whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you want to imagine, do this at least 5, 7 times, yeah? And you want to feel the extension here. Next, an exercise that all actors do is imagining that you are chewing gum, a really chewy gum. So start to do this. Okay, this is further stimulating your mandibula and your jaw. Okay. I'm wondering what flavor of gum are you chewing now? Okay. Keep doing it. And swallow the gum because it's organic. Okay, next. Let's wake up the sensation in your lips. So we're gonna roll our lips. And you can roll your lips well because now you have more air because we are breathing together. So let's continue. Play, 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 play. So you want to have a bit of a tingling sensation on your lips. Everything vibrates now. All the muscles, everything in you vibrates because you're pushing air. So we've done the jaw, we've done the lips. Oh, the tongue. The strongest muscle in our body, the tongue. So we are going to make the sound R. You want to relax your tongue, let it rest. And now say R, 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 and then allow it to vibrate. And now we go bananas. We just go bananas, yeah, with the R. You want to start low and slow, and you want to go up, 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 up. So. So first is slow and low volume, then it's faster and higher volume. And I feel a lot of tingling around here. Okay, now, next is chanting the vowels. I love this exercise. I can talk about this exercise for an hour alone. There is so much power in this exercise, but I'm going to keep it short and I'm going to just show it to you and tell you that I've been practicing this exercise for 15 years and it has allowed me to have a crisp, clear and beautiful voice, or so people are saying. So we take a deep breath in, we make the sound so we hum and then we're going to open our mouths and pronounce each vowel. Ah, yeah? So let's do it together. Inhale. And you chant the vowel until you're running out of breath. That's the practice. And we continue with the other ones. Another good exercise that combines sound and elasticity of the jaw is the following one. Q, E, Q, A. So you want to really move your lips. It's voice training, it's training the muscles, right? So Q, E, Q, A. Let's do it together, at least 10 times, at least. Q, E, Q, A. Q, E, Q, A. Q, E, Q, A. Say it loud and clear. Q, E, Q, A. 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 All right. Another thing I would do, if I were you, I would take any song I like and I will hum it. You know what? Actually, let's do it. Let's do it. For the longest time, I got stuck on A Whole New World. I just love A Whole New World. I love it. 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 So with a song, now that you've warmed up the voice, you have more air, you've done these exercises, I, A, O, U, Q, E, Q, A, and you roll the lips, the tongue, and your jaw, it's a good time to hum and sing without straining your vocal cords. So I'm gonna sing with you, for you, to start you up on you singing. And there are so many benefits of singing. It balances our hormones, it opens our heart, because you can't be stressed, depressed, sad and be able to sing. You just cannot. So singing activates a lot of good hormones, activates the brain. And here we go. Here we go. So we start with humming, right? A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say that we're only dreaming. Whole new world. You get the point? You get the point. You hum and then you sing whatever song you want for about, I don't know, 2 songs is great. Okay, so let me think. Is there anything else I want to share with you? Body, voice, breath, and the voice, humming, vowels. Oh yeah, tongue twisters. Tongue twisters to strengthen the placement of your tongue and to open your mouth more. So, tongue twisters. Let's go. She sells seashells by the seashore. Everybody has heard this tongue twister, but are you doing it? Are you doing it? I want to know, are you doing it? Let me make sure I still have sound. Okay. So, she sells seashells by the seashore. 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 Observe how fast my muscles are moving, and in this way I have more grip, more strength, and I'm able to manipulate the sound and create the words the way I want to. She sells seashells by the seashore. 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 How many shells did she sell? How many shells did she sell? Because she's been selling shells on the seashore all day long. Another tongue twister is red leather, yellow leather. So we say red leather, yellow leather, 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 and we alternate into black leather, yellow leather, 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 and everything is working out our muscles and the placement of our tongue. Okay, right. I want to conclude the last part of this vocal training with the most important part of this training. One of my online mentors, Roger Love, a celebrity singing coach, discovered that our mind, our brain, doesn't differentiate between singing and speaking. For the brain, the activity of speaking and singing is the same. That means that if singers have this electric magnetic effect on us when they sing, we as speakers can have the same effect because the brain doesn't know the difference between speaking and singing. And you will say, how so? Well, Roger Love said that when we are singing, we are speaking but holding the notes for longer. So a whole new world is speaking, but when you're singing it is a whole new world, a whole new world. Sounds as a suspended harmony and therefore as music. So when I discovered that, I was like, okay, let's have fun with this, because I want to have the same effect on people that Madonna, Celine Dion, J-Lo, all the other amazing artists have. So in achieving that, you want to be able to have melody in the way you are speaking. Now, the voice is made of 5 building blocks. We have melody, we have volume, tonality, pitch, and pace. If every person would focus in acquiring, cultivating to have melody in the way they speak, everybody will automatically become more charismatic and influential. So how do you cultivate your melody? Well, by humming, by singing, and by doing few of these exercises in order for you to train your vocal cords to sustain melody. So you say ma 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 ma, or goog. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Or nay, 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 nay. And here I'm engaging everything. I'm engaging diaphragm. I'm engaging my vocal cords. I'm pushing the air. The air is hitting the face, and you are creating melodies and sound that sustains also the 5 building blocks of the voice. Now, training, speaking, explaining the technicalities of the voice, it can take hours and hours. So this is the shortest condensed format in which I can share it here online with you that will help you wake up your voice, create movement and stimulation in your diaphragm, in the way you breathe, in your vocal cords, in your jaw, in your lips, in your tongue, that will ultimately give you more stamina, energy, and sustenance. I will be creating more content, more videos, where I will share with you other technical parts of how you storytell, of how you use the 5 building blocks in the way you read, in the way you recite, but that will be for a different video. For now, remember that when you speak with your entire being, with your body, with your breath, and with your vocal cords. So go through the practices, keep on humming, keep on singing. Let me know how it goes.